I'm absolutely privileged to be joined by my next special guest. We are joined by Salt Ashes, an upcoming musician. How are you doing, Salt Ashes? Welcome to the show with me, Danny.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really well. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, on this sunny day.
It is. It's cold though.
Yes, true. And Salt Ashes, from the top, how did you come up with the name Salt Ashes? Is that your real name, or is it just a stage name?
No, it is a stage name. It originally started as a project name, but for some reason it stuck. But I actually saw it on the side of a boat in Brighton and was going to use it as some lyrics, but it never sort of happened. It never accumulated to that way. And then when I was thinking of a project name, that kind of kept springing to mind, and it felt quite apt with what I was writing at the time. Lots of like all about the elements and love loss, and it just felt very it just felt kind of fitting for the project. And then it's just stuck
Uh,
since then.
okay, and as an artist, what instruments do you play?
I play piano and guitar and obviously sing as well.
Great. And has electronic dance slash pop music always been a big part of your life?
Yeah, it has. And I think, it's always kind of evolved throughout the years, my musical taste anyway, because I do love all kinds of music. I guess you have to as a musician, really, especially if you're producing your own stuff and songwriting. But electronic, especially, probably from when I started writing music, became quite a big part of my life. I was really into like Depeche Mode. Errol Alkan and artists like that, and Todd Terje, and yeah. So, and even to now, I really love listening to the upcoming artists that I'm hearing, which is great.
And some exciting times for you. You have a new single. It's called Body Says. What's the message behind the new track?
It's basically about owning your body and owning your choices, and sort of dismantling people's assumptions, or when they meet other people, or judgments. So I feel like it's something which we all experience, I guess, especially being a woman. So it's kind of just tackling those kinds of assumptions, and, as I say, owning your choices.
And the single Body Says it's had a radio edit, and also it's had a little bit of a remix from Manuel River.
That's right. Yeah, Manuel Riva. Yeah, he's brilliant. He's just taken the track and he's taken it to a different direction. Like, the track already is, I think you can really really dance to it, and it's a proper pop banger. But he's now taking it into a slightly darker club route, and he's actually slowed the tempo down, which is fascinating because you still really want to dance to it. So it's just, yeah, he's brought in a whole new element, which is amazing.
And speaking of dancing to the video, when you look at the music video, there's some intense choreography. Did you have a part to play in putting that together?
This time, no. I have actually directed a lot of my music videos before, but this time I had an amazing director called Cassandra Powell, and she brought in an incredible choreographer who choreographs for the likes of Marina Sawayama. He's called Joshua Pillmore, and he did all of the choreography. He brought in the dancers who were just incredible. And yeah, it was really nice to have the choreography that I wasn't involved in this time. And just kind of be able to step back and just be the artist. And, there's a lot of trust involved there. You have to really, really trust the people that you work with in order to feel comfortable with that kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's your projects and your visuals that you're putting out. But they were a great, great team. And I urge you to go and watch the music video if you haven't already.
And previous singles released last year include Lucy, Love Love, and Too Many Times. Does your music, which is going to be released this year, including your new single, does that take you in the same musical direction, or is it a little bit of a branch off?
I'm still kind of discovering that, really. I think there's always going to be an element of, well, obviously there'll be an element of me, and then there will be an element of the previous singles. But I think I am going to slightly branch off slightly differently. The new stuff that I'm working on, I'm producing myself at the moment. Whether I release it as they are, or if I bring a producer in at the last minute, because I'm such a perfectionist. That's my problem, Danny. I'm just like, I'm way too much of a perfectionist to put things out sometimes. But I'm working on that, and I'm potentially going to release it like that. So I think it will be a slightly different direction. Where it's going to go, I've yet to decide.
Cool. And April sees you on the road again. You're supporting Goldfrapp, a very successful group, and you started in Oxford at the time of this interview last night. How did that go?
So I wasn't on the Oxford show, sadly, but I start on the 2nd. So I'm basically performing from the 2nd until the 13th. And I think they've got another support act on the London shows. So I'm really excited. I can't wait. I've been a fan of Goldfrapp since their Black Cherry album. So for me, this is a really big deal. It almost feel real yet. And but we're going on the road soon, actually, in the next few hours. So we'll be making our way up to Gateshead, which is the first show. And then the last show for me will be the 13th at Birmingham.
And yeah, that's my neck of the woods, actually. Yeah, and it's full capacity crowd as well. So
it is. If you want to come, I should have some spots. So just let me know.
Brilliant. And am I right? You have an official website so people can just check out a little bit more about you and those tour dates as well.
That's right. So it's saltashes.com, and all of my socials are at saltashes, which is Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter.
And anything further you may like to say to your listeners and your fans?
Just to come and check it out. Yeah, I mean, I know music is, the way we listen to music is very different these days. And if you don't see something to click on, then you might not necessarily listen to it. But come and chat to me, come and say hi, come and check it out. And if you can get to one of the shows, then I'd love to see you there.
A guaranteed good night out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a really, really great show, not just from myself, but from Goldfrapp.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time, Salt Ashes today, and I'm going to play I'm going to play your new track now, Body Says, on on my radio show, and we will check in again soon in the near future just to see how you're getting on and any new material you may release as well.
Thanks so much for having me, Danny.
Have a great day now.
You too.